Just when you were asking the question, I had to quickly do a research on how many years Ghana has been mining gold. This is what I got. You can also search harvesting mineral riches, 1,000 years of gold mining in Ghana. 1,000 years. I have been to, as part of my studies, I had to go to Anglo Gold. It was then Obuasi Gold Mines to do a research. And as of 2007, they told us that they've been mining for 120 years. So you can add the years to it. Now you can know. You can also do your research. God has blessed this nation so much. A very small landscape as compared to even Burkina, Niger, Nigeria. We have so blessed with so many natural resources and human resources as well. Our forefathers have been mining. I just told you, you can also find it. Harvesting mineral riches, 1,000 years of gold mining in Ghana. They've been mining for 1,000 years. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine? Yet, 46 years ago, when I was, God gave me to my parents, growing up in Inshia, so I saw clean water bodies. When we were traveling to Central Region, where we come from, we were crossing river bodies. The biggest being the Prez River. I saw a very clean river that runs through villages. And sometimes if you visit some of these villages, you see some of the women by the river banks washing. And then they were using the water. At the same time, you see some of the children coming to fetch water and going to their homes for it to be used in the homes. It was clean. Mm-hmm. Caesar, I have followed my grandparents to the farm in Abrim Brasi, Commander Edna Akufo Addo, and we will only have to carry along gallons, empty gallons. We get to a point going to the farm, we meet river bodies. What we do is to fetch with our gallons so we could get drinking water. Even some of our farms, there were streams passing through it. Whenever as children were thirsty, somebody from Inshia, so I went to the village, we were used to cup. But when we are going to the farm, nobody holds cup, thinking that there may be a cup in the farm. We go there, there's no cup. And then I saw my grandparents, whenever they are thirsty, they take one of the leaves. It may be cocoyam leaf. And then they fold it in a certain manner that can scoop water. Yeah. And so fresh that we were drinking with. Sometimes we put our hands together like this, and then you can scoop water and drink. Yeah. So fresh. And we're so healthy. Today, go to these villages. They are also buying water as we are doing in the towns. Sometimes even more expensive than we buy it here. Because the trucks will have to drive so many miles to get to that village. So they add it to their cost. Caesar, today we have destroyed everything. Mm-hmm. And there are reports of children being born with deformities. True. These are the effects. And you tell me you are a Christian. That child, their parents are Christians as well. Mm-hmm. They are suffering. That is not how God wanted them to come on the earth with half of their mouth off and half of their bodies off. Mm-hmm. You cannot say this is how God created. It's a direct effect of the illegalities that are going on. Now, governments over the years have been fighting. We have the EP, Environmental Protection Agency. We have the Minerals Commission. We have so many agencies whose duty it is to ensure that things are done properly and according to laws. We have all the laws that we need to do the right thing. But today, let me take you Professor Mills, John Dramani Maham's time. We saw the Chinese invasion. I read a report by one professor, it's also online, that said that the Asian countries, especially China, they have a plan because of their population going up every now and then. They can no longer contain their numbers. So they have a plan. It was a 20-year plan way back to settle some of their citizens in Africa. And when they come, their duty is to ensure that China does not lose out. So our minerals, they are supposed to repatriate them. So today, we have these Chinese who have taken over. And we know that small-scale mining, when we talk of small-scale mining, it means that somebody in that sector has been duly recognized by the state, issued a license legally, and is being monitored day and night. The God of Ghana does not sleep at night. So I know those who mine 24 hours. Go to Anglo-Good. They do mining 24 hours. Some go under the earth and they come in the morning. They go with lights on their foreheads. Yeah. Haven't we seen this? Mm-hmm. Is it not 24-hour mining? Mm-hmm. And you find somebody who will say no country in the world does 24 hours. And his flag bearer says that it is bad, it is bad. And then the flag bearer says even chobbers are operating 24. You see, this kind of people must not be allowed to lead us. So today, the issue we are having is leadership. Okay. Professor Mills Mohammed's time, they repatriated many of these Chinese. I know Chemaun Kumi. You can read about his story. During the NDC era, his excavators were bent. Me sitting here as NDC member, I think that excavators that are purchased with dollars, when they use them for an illegality, the state must confiscate it and use it or give it to the district assemblies.
The state did the same, and at a point in time, where they were missing.
So, under... Yes. Yes. Under Professor Mills Mahama, we saw something being done. Our river bodies were not polluted like this. So, which means the government was fighting it.
Another Prez disagrees.
And then, Nana Addo came, went to Obuasi, and said the NDC is moving around saying that when Nana Addo comes, he will ban Galamsey. He used that term. And we've been educating ourselves. Galamsey simply is a word that was coined from gather and sell. But because of illiteracy, they jammed it together. And today, gather and sell. Even Anglo-Good, they gather their gold and they sell it. Yeah. So we can say they gather and sell. All small-scale mining, they gather their gold and sell it. If you go to work today, whatever anybody will get will have to be put together and smelted before it's processed and all that. So sometimes all of us, even with education, fall foul to the use of the word. Now it has been used as a term for illegality. So let's move. It is a leadership problem. Nana Addo said, NDC for na muse me gu Galamsey me a me pe adwuma ama embebunu enya no kre ne enya no kre. The audio and the video is there. To wait, he said that the NDC were going around saying that when they come, they will put a ban on small-scale mining. It is not true. Then he came. Ghanaians believed. He came. And then what did he do? There were the media, you were showing videos and all that. And Nana Addo jumped on the back of it and said, let's put a stop to it. We had Operation Galamstop and all that. Then it was put under Professor Frimpong Boateng. Professor Frimpong Boateng did a report, handed it over to Fremont Pare, the chief of staff, it was not out. It was not put out. Then he himself, some years later, leaked the document, and in it, we realized that some excavators, 500, according to him, got missing, those that they seized. We saw that some military officers were burning excavators and Ghanaians screaming. Some were MPP members who funded their party, cursing this government. Caesar, today, we can recall that Nana Addo at a point said he is putting his presidency on the line.
He did say that.
And I said, lies. Lies.
At that time, that's what he said? You didn't believe him?
I've never been a believer of Nana Addo.
Okay.
Caesar, let me remind you, I was an MPP member. Mm-hmm. I left when Nana Addo became the flag bearer. I've never believed in Nana Addo. Never. Today I stand vindicated. Caesar, when he said that, today, at the state that we are in, why is he still the president? So if I say what he said is lies, and somebody is listening, you get angry, check your BP.
You have 3 minutes more.
So Caesar, with the 3 minutes left, Galamsey fight.
Do you have a blueprint to deal with?
They've never, for me, from what we see today, there was never a fight under Nana Addo.
Okay.
You can see clearly that the whole scheme and the banning and the freezing and everything was to take it from those who are already in it and give it to their party members. Do you remember Party Hiesika?
True.
Where did it happen?
Uzi.
Professor Frimpong's Boateng's office. With the videos. Anas did some. Uzi, Charles Bisu, we saw them taking money and issuing license to people. And then we can also say that Erastus Asaridonko, 2023, he won Journalist of the Year. It is as a result of his work that he has done. Kennedy Akompreko threatened Erastus. I know a chief who also threatened Erastus.
Okay.
His place is just around here. Erastus has put his life on the line and is winning awards from even the state and some institutions across the world. It's because of this fight. It was Erastus who made us know that Akunta mining was in Nimri Forest. But the president again came and told us that as of the time he was speaking, Akunta mining was not in the forest. You know that it was politically true. As of the time the president was speaking, yes. But the question we need to ask ourselves, did Akunta mining enter Nimri Forest?
It did.
It did. Who owns Akunta mining? The Ashanti regional chairman. Today, Erastus and the Fourth Estate is telling us that still this Akunta mining is invading some forest. So Caesar, this is a clear failure of Nana Addo, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the MPP government. And it's a crime to humanity.
Okay.
What they have done, the MPP has done, is a crime to humanity.
Okay.
And I don't expect anybody who fears God, unless their God sleeps at night, to come and defend this crime against
Thank you
the
very
state.
much, Richard Kwame Nafra. Felix has entered, and